Alright guys, just got my my new ScanTool Bluetooth OBD2 reader. Works with Android devices and I believe iPhone and some other devices as well. In just a second here and I'll go ahead and get it opened up. So the unboxing, first thing we got, receipt. We'll go ahead and set that aside, I'll be looking at that later. Okay, so got some pretty good packaging here. They definitely don't want it to get damaged in shipping, which is nice. Alright, go ahead and move this out of the way. So there it is, OBDLink Bluetooth, and basically essentially what this device is supposed to do is we will connect it to the OBD2 port on a vehicle. If it's got a check engine light or we want to see what air fuel mix, or I mean it basically will read out any sensor that's in your car. We can basically pull up the data from it. So what's great about this particular kit is not only does it work with your Android device or your iPhone, but it also works with a computer. They send you a USB cable here. Let me see if I can go ahead and pull this out. So and this actually has some weight to it. I was kind of concerned of how cheap this particular device was going to be, the Bluetooth end of things, and this actually does have a substantial amount of weight to it for being what it is. I mean, it's definitely put together very nicely. As far as I can tell, doesn't look like it's too cheap. So it actually has a manufacture date on it. That's pretty neat. So this was actually just manufactured last month. It's very cool. So you can see how new this technology is. I mean, it's very new. So this is just your standard printer USB cable. Essentially they send you one of these so that you can connect your laptop. So you do get the OBDWiz software. You also get some instructions that I probably won't read until I can't get it to work. And of course a standard OBD2 serial cable. What this will allow me to do is basically, you know, say I wanted to make it a permanent installation on the vehicle, I could always run the cable and locate this device somewhere, of course, where it would broadcast to my cell phone. Just will give you a little bit easier access, hopefully, you know, depending on where your OBD2 port is, essentially. So I'm very happy with it thus far. You know, as far as an unboxing can go, what you can learn from it, from an unboxing. In here, just a few moments, I'll actually get this set up on my laptop as well as my iPhone. And I've actually got an Integra GSR that's throwing an engine code, so we'll go actually read. I already know what the code is, so we'll just kind of see exactly what this is going to bring to the table here. So that's the unboxing. Again, it's just the OBDLink Bluetooth. The reason I got the Bluetooth again, guys, is so I could use my Android phone that I just got as well as a computer. Either way you want to go. I like the fact that it was wireless, so you didn't have to necessarily have anything hooked up to it directly. So I'm going to give it a shot and see how it goes. Alright guys, real quick, I just wanted to show you this setup through USB. I was going to show you the Bluetooth laptop end of things, but I figured that there's going to be more of you guys that are going to have laptops that don't support Bluetooth. So for the Bluetooth portion, we'll just leave that to the Android phone. But as you can see here, I've got everything hooked up. Basically, for my port, it is just back here. So as you can see, it just plugs right in. Follows up, goes to this OBDLink device. And then of course what we'll do is we'll take the USB, put it right into our laptop here, and immediately the laptop recognizes the device. We'll go ahead and fire up the car. Guys, this is an open header right now. Still waiting for the components to come in to finish the exhaust system, but nonetheless, case in point, I'm going to pull this over here in my lap. Alright. So what we're going to do is, once I put this in, it actually activated it as COM port 3, as you can see there. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and leave that checked, and we'll come up here and go to connect. As you can see, it connects to it. Found it right away. It's trying to detect the protocol, figured out the protocol. So now we can go over to, let's say, like, we'll go over here on the right hand side. We've got different settings here, diagnostics in our software, dashboard, which is pretty cool. We'll go over to monitors, and we'll click on the tests here. Of course, this gives us all the information regarding the sensors and what we're able to kind of read and what we're not able to read for this particular model versus their information in here. Now, this software actually does come up with some upgrades. You can buy add-on software to make it recognize more vehicles. They unfortunately do not have anything on Acuras or Hondas for this particular one, but there's a range of vehicles that we might be working on, so it's nice to have this software. And there's enough out there on the internet that as long as I can read the trouble code, what it's shooting, I can look that information up. Generally with Google, you can pretty much type just about anything in and find what you're looking for. So one of the cool things about this software that I like is the dashboard. You can actually have this running in your car. Of course, there are upgrades for this that make it look a little bit more dashboard-esque, but this will give you a plethora of information, total miles per gallon, trip miles per gallon, gives you your distance, fuel, gallons per hour. Shows your miles per hour, shows your engine temperatures, your load. We're just kind of idling right here, and you can see it's registering what the load is for the idle. The RPM, it's not exactly real time, but it is pretty close. So all that information you can get right from the software, as well as diagnostics and logging. One of the cool things I like about this log is that it does have has this thing up here called strip chart. And this is going to be particularly cool if you're racing an OBD2 car, because you can actually log the information. It'll almost do, your dyno graphs basically right here, while you're doing your runs. Not to mention, the street becomes a dynamometer or whatever the hell that's called. You can record all your information and remaps based on what you see, right here on your graph. So very, very cool software. Give me just a sec and I'll set up for the Android side of things.